But welcome indeed, guys, back to part 3 of our Path of Exile full campaign playthrough for the newest league. So we just got to Act 2. One of the most important things to do is the Bandit Quest. So as soon as we start, we're going to actually go to the right. You have a few different options to eliminate a specific bandit, or you can side with one of them, or you can kill them all. You can do whatever you want to do. However, I will suggest siding with Alira, as she gives the best results for most players. She gives you 15 to all of the resistances in the game, and on top of that, she gives you extra mana regen, which in this league, it's actually going to be very, very helpful to have the mana regen specifically. Alright, where is... Oh, it's like more towards the center.
Finally.
Okay.
Come on.
So, I probably should bind this to another option. So, you know what? We'll do this together. So, I'm going to go to options just in case you guys want to also rebind this. We're going to go to inputs, and right now it's, what is it? League interface. Okay. I don't think I have anything bound to T, so we're going to save that to T. Okay. This way I can hit T, and hopefully this will work. Can I... DNT? Oh. So I actually have to click on detonate. I wish you could just push a button. Kind of wanted to see how that would just work. But this time, if you're watching this on YouTube, we are also streaming it. So if I talk to someone, I'm not crazy. But we got another skill point, and we are still going to make our way up over here. And we're going to grab all these nodes. So let's eliminate this guy, and we'll be able to get our reward potentially. Alright, so let's see what we have for gambling. We don't have anything what I would consider good over here, so I'm just going to re-roll it.
What else do I have?
We got another wand over here which is increased spell damage. We have the common one. I'm just going to pick this up, see if we get lucky. That's a small amount of damage, but that's probably better than the percent damage now. But if you want to do, there is a quest over here called the Great White Beast, and it can grant you another flask if you want it. I'm not going to go for it because I already got 2 of the Quicksilvers right now, so I'm pretty satisfied with this. I'll grab this little chromatic orb. So the guy that we just talked to, his name is Einhar, and how he works is there'll be a enemy. You have to basically defeat it, but it won't actually like die. It takes a few seconds, and then he basically captures it. And later down the line, what you can do with these captured beasts is kind of another way of crafting in the game. Let's go put more into the skill gems. So what I recommend you guys to do if this is your first time is probably to kill all of them. It's up to you what you want to do. You'll see what the bonuses are. We're going to grab this waypoint. And continue. So what we're going to do is we're going to side with Alira. She also gives you crit damage. Should be about here. Okay, we'll actually need to go to the Felshire Ruins because it'll be part of another objective. Since I already found it first, because it's kind of random on which one you may find first, we're actually going to go through the Felshire Ruins to another area which will have a trial of Ascendancy. And these are really important, and we're going to do this as well. But if you wanted to kill the guy, you happen to see him first, it's fine. You just go over to him and say kill. I'll show you guys what it looks like in a second once we get to it. But yeah, we're just going to follow. A lot of times you can try to follow the path and you'll usually go in generally the right direction for the quest. Something like these. Okay.
Hello there.
Okay. And we're going to detonate. Summon all our skeleton guys. And you can see how they're just frozen, and it works out really nice. Because when they're frozen, they can't do anything. Maybe grab those. Let's see if, do we have any scrolls of wisdom? Okay, we have one. What do we have right now? Not too useful for us. Ideally, we would want to get some caster gloves as the base, and then there's better chances for certain things to roll on it. But if the resistances are high enough, I don't mind. Alright.
Let's deal.
So let's go ahead and deal for items. So how does he work? Oh, he requires lesser order artifacts. Oh, so he just straight up shows you exactly what it is. There's no special with him. That's only one mana on kill. It's not that big a deal. Okay, and let's continue. Alright, Crypt Level 1. So there's a Trial of Ascendancy in the area, as you can see. We're going to do all of them. There's 2 in this act, and then 3 in the next. Ooh, there's another essence over here. So maybe we can use one of the items we've been holding on to modify it. Maybe that chain belt. Ideally, I like to try to do it with rings. Okay. So what does this one grant us for? The belt, reflect damage. We don't really get too much of a benefit in most of the departments. So I'm just going to throw it on, see if we get anything good. Increase elemental damage with attack skills. That's unfortunate for us.
When I'm ready and not before.
Because there's attack skills like with like elemental like weapon damage. And sometimes we can benefit from it if we were playing a specific build. It's not like a bad stat, it's just that it's not going to work out too well for us. I'm going to prefer like the life and other stats that we have, as we don't actually benefit from it as much. So to answer your question, the season's new change is when there is, well, we just, we'll go over it once we get to it. But basically, there's a bunch of like I don't know if you want to call it like graves that you dig up, kind of. And that's kind of how it works. So here is the next one. We have a skill point, which we'll put in after. This one has these little switches that you can hit. Some of these are technically optional. The goal is to not get hit by those. Those actually do pretty nasty amounts of damage, potentially. Some of these switches, by the way, they don't actually really do too much. In fact, sometimes you actually don't want to hit them. But we'll be fine. Like, they basically change the rotation of some of the mechanics. You can see the door's locked. We're actually going to go back. It's kind of a test of your skill in this area. Oh, you know what? I gotta hit this one. Why did we not hit this switch? There we go. Now we can open it. Open this chest, see if we get anything good. Nothing. And then once again, it'll put us back to the front. And since I have that waypoint, we already got the waypoint, so we can just go to character selection and then reload in. And it's going to be a little bit faster this way. And we'll level up our gem. And we're going to go back to the crypt. Or actually, you know what? It's going to be faster if we go to crossroads. Even though like the entrance is pretty close by, it's still going to be faster to do it this way. Another thing I want to mention, you can actually go back into town for the flasks. Like, it'll refill all your flasks if you go back in town. So this one over here we have additional rare weapon. I'm just going to do all of them anyways.
Detonation time.
I just wish you didn't have to go to the detonation thing. Alright. Nothing good, unfortunately. That was it. So let's see what he has for items. Oh, do we not have any of the lesser? I feel like they don't drop enough of those lesser artifact things. We're almost there. We got two more points, and then we get the actual thing that we want, which is all the damage. Okay. Oh, there's another essence over here. Let's definitely do this. I do the essences pretty much until I feel like I have enough items that are like good enough. We'll actually do some trading probably in the next part, because I want to make sure everyone has at least some sort of currency. We have some currency right now, which would be like our alterations, transmutations. These are all like smaller forms of currency. Usually the standard is like alks for like just a unique like or a legendary item. And we're going to be trading with other people in the game. And as time goes on, the stuff generally gets cheaper and cheaper, unless it's like really, really good items. So now we're going to go to the Chamber of Sins. Oh, you know what we do need to do? We can grab the waypoint and actually go back. Like I said, for some of these areas, you will end up doing some of the quests in maybe potentially different order. But I will want to kill the other person first, because I would generally like to get this quest done early on, because it grants us that extra resistance. And we also can get Flame Dash, I think, at this point. But yeah, let's go back over here. We're going to go actually back to Act 1 and just pick up Flame Dash. You don't have to do it in this exact order. In fact, it would probably be better if you got it like a long time ago. But I don't know if everyone has like the same amount of like currency at the time. So we have another gem to go ahead and grab. Also, we can get Ice Nova. We can try out a new skill. I think we're gonna do Ice Nova for this. So this is gonna be like our new like main skill. But if you want to use the Freezing Pulse, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. So what we'll do is we'll go to where this is, Freezing Pulse. We'll remove it, and we will put in Ice Nova. So I was using Freezing Pulse kind of as a reference, because Freezing Pulse has the exact same skill gem tags as Eye of Winter, which is a skill that we actually want to use. I'll make a build guide and give you guys more information on it later on, but right now there's going to be a lot of like uncertainty in terms of testing the build. But I will also link a like a guaranteed build guide for Freezing Pulse, even though it's not the skill that we will be using. It'll give you somewhat of a more reliable like skill, but pretty much the stats that we're looking for can be the same: elemental damage, cold damage, because that's what it's going to be scaling off of. So here, now we get to the Broken Bridge. So now we're going to kill one of the bandits, and I'll show you what the rewards are. Oh, you know what? I talked about Flame Dash, and I just bought the Ice Nova, and I just walked past.
When I'm ready.
Okay, I'll get Flame Dash when we get the next skill completed, but you could have bought it like right then and there, so it probably shouldn't cost more than like a transmutation or like a wisdom. It won't cost much. But Freezing Pulse is ranged. While technically the Nova has some range, it's not going to be as good if you want to sit further back. Alright, now next level we get some actual damage, because cold just happens to be the furthest away. Just unfortunate. Oh, we got another yellow guy. Make sure you apply that exposure. Make him take some more damage. Oh, so these are Vol side areas. We'll do one when there's like... I can show you it, actually. You know what? It's better to show you now. So sometimes you'll come across these areas. They'll have different modifiers. So this one has many totems. And usually they'll have some type of reward at the very end. It's usually going to be called, it's like a Vol Gem. These are kind of like Uber versions of other skills. You can kind of think of it as like a super skill. So if I got, like right now I'm using Ice Nova. If I got Vol Ice Nova, what it would do is, it would still be Ice Nova. Like it'll be the exact same, but it'll have a special charge that takes time to build up. And I'll show you what it does. Well, I'll show you, regardless of what gem that we get, as long as it's a Vol Gem that I can use, I'll show you guys what it does. But it requires souls to build up. We really should get that Jade Amulet, though. We can scale our damage so much better. And on top of that, we could use the movement speed boots, which will actually give us some survivability as well. But be careful if you get tagged with a bleed, as that will make it so you take more damage. See, like here, Freezing Pulse would probably be a better skill. This guy's like super fast, and he has this little like shield around him. He's super fast. There we go. And he's gone. This will get.
Clatter.
I definitely want to. I don't really need that. What I need is Scrolls of Wisdoms. But this will give us another Chromatic Orb, so I'll pick that up. And this Rapier will also do it. So pick up this too. Again, we're just going to get more Chromatic Orbs. Later down the line, we want to use these. So here's our reward. Basically, it's a Vault Vessel. See, what do we get with this? Increased elemental and spell damage. That's really good. That's a Scepter. Okay, well, our current one, this is LE damage and adds lightning. 2 spells, 1 to 2 cold. I'll take the cold. Although this one gives a larger range. This one over here is also corrupted, so I need to put Frostbling somewhere else. I do want Summon Skeletons. What do I now need? Frostbomb. I don't need Phantasm Support that bad now. Okay, and we'll be ready to go. And there's also Blade Vortex, which I can't use because I don't have the requirements for it, but let's see what else. This requires a lot of dex. I can't really make use of it now. Oh, we can essence this. This is body armor. So with body armor, we'll have chance to avoid lightning. Whatever. It's not going to be something super good, but I can at least see if it's better. And it grants us, let's see, 14 int. It's really not that insane. Like, I kind of like the thing that we have more right now, but if I get like a good helmet, I can maybe swap that, so I could also consider that. I'll show you what the Blade Vortex does, but a corrupted item cannot be modified. Well, you can still technically modify the item. It'll cost Vol Orbs, but the idea of a corrupted item is it's bricked, essentially. In some cases, yeah, it will brick the item, but we'll show off the mechanic of what a Vol Orb does later. So yeah, we're still just going to continue on. Did I get the waypoint? Okay. What I opened up accidentally was the shop. But in this game, in terms of the shop, I probably should mention this, is that it gives you no actual advantage in game. You can get more storage space. Does that help? I mean, I feel like it kind of does, but like it's not pay to win. If you're ever worried about like, oh, this armor in the item shop, it's just cosmetic. I mean, I have some too. Every year they give away free microtransactions too. So sometimes there's like a Twitch Prime, like I got this for free with Twitch Prime. These they just changed the way our characters look, so you can see it doesn't do anything. And then I can make my character look kind of cool. And now we look a little bit cooler.
You're troubled.
So this is what you get if you help Creighton. You get attack speed, and cast speed, you get dodge, and you get movement speed, which is kind of nice, honestly, but I think Alira is just way better. Like, if you don't know what you want, I'll recommend it for you, Alira. But one reason why I like the Ice Nova is I don't really have to look at the monsters. I can just, you know, look at my chat or like pay attention to something else, and it's nice. But most of these guys are pretty easy. Oak sometimes can be a little bit more trouble.
It's kind of disappointing, really. I usually like rats.
Okay, so we needed to keep that. This is for chromatic. Oh, you know what? We can identify this. We get increased attack speed, so it's 360 versus 385. Obviously, the higher number is better. In some cases, though, it will recover more over a shorter duration. And now that we've already done this, I'm going to go to the character screen because this is faster. We've already killed him. We got his amulet. That's one thing that's important that you do need to pick up. And just load back in. And if you happen... Oh, did we not? Okay, there it is. So we have Creighton's amulet. And we're going to go and continue. Go back to town. You can use a town portal, go back to town, but I'm trying to show you guys how to be like more efficient with your time. So now we're going to sell items. We're going to sell, I didn't need that. That's a chromatic orb. That's a chromatic orb. This I didn't need. Actually, I can keep that for another character. Sometimes don't be afraid to keep something for like another character, because like if I like one to play, let's say like one that can benefit off of elemental attacks with attack skills versus like a spell, that could be something to consider. I'm going to equip these boots, I think like right now. Let's see. Frost Blink, Frost Bomb. I still want Frost Bomb. I wish this was, I guess do I need, okay, I don't need Fireball at all. I can drop this skill completely. Because what I want to do is, oh dang, this one doesn't have the right color that I need. So what it does, it grants us just evasion. So getting an off color will be kind of hard. We can also change the number of sockets it has, but I don't have any of those right now. So I'm just going to have to rely on a little bit of luck with 9 of these. I should not be using these on this, but like I just want the movement speed. And I got unlucky. You can alternatively use a Quicksilver Flask on an item. That's another way to get it. But I need the Dex anyways for this added cold damage support, which is something I want to throw in. I need something that has 2 blues and 1 green. So if I can maybe get one of those, that'll be something that I'll try to do. Ideally, if I can get it on like a non-weapon, because weapons get replaced a little bit more frequently. Oh, we have 2 stone rings too. These are quite nice to have. This is the item that will change the number of sockets. It's called the Jeweler's Orb. But what I want to do is I wanted a white jade amulet so I can modify it. It doesn't look like we're getting any luck. Okay, I'm still gonna keep this because if I get a really decent helm, I'll swap it out. But now we are going to go to the left side and we are going to kill Oak, and then we're gonna help Alira, and then we're also gonna get another skill point. So you can talk to Einhar if you want to. He kind of helps out a little bit. Oh, this guy's doing some damage. Oh, these guys are really doing damage. A Stampede. Oh, man. What level is this? 15? That's like actually doing a really good amount of damage. Oh my gosh. Woo. We're gonna have our first death? This is actually way more difficult than I expected. We need to get some upgrades. And we will soon. Yeah, it was just that pack. Sometimes you run into a pack where like it just does a lot of damage. And it has just like the mods on, like this one has like life regen, but like did the life regen matter at all? No. It just melted instantly. It was no threat at all to us. Increase pack size. I'm gonna put in the skill point. And we're gonna get a pretty big amount of damage very soon, so that'll be nice.
That was a great hunt, Exile. I now will write a mighty poem about it.
Okay. So we're on the lookout for 2 blue and a green, which is perfect right there, but it's also not going to help us for our damage. I'm stuck. Okay. So we have another skill point. We're gonna put in more cold damage. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna get all of these ones. I'm gonna get this one first, so we can get a little bit of leech as shield. So let's see, what is this one? Increased XP. Increased pack size. I'm gonna. Okay. Can we see? Sometimes it locks. I don't know if this is a glitch, but it's just like not letting me go past a certain point.
Give the order.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, that one mob that we fought was just, it was unlucky, I want to say. 250. Axe, okay. Oh, there we go. Jade Amulet and it's yellow. Awesome. That's exactly what we want. And then maybe we can finally use those boots. Okay.
Not today.
Ooh. Wool gloves. These are white and they have all the colors that we need. Currently this doesn't really do anything for us. I don't really have a helm replacement, but that's okay because I'm going to hopefully get another essence and we convert this, and then I can just swap off of this, which will be awesome. And let's go and identify the Jade Amulet. Let's see what it has. Increased cold damage. Hey, that actually works. What a coincidence. Oh, now we can't run this. And that's because this gem right here is making it so we can't run it. Sometimes a specific gem will make it so it has like a requirement. Now this requires 50 strength. Now how am I going to get that extra strength? We'll worry about that later. I value having the added cold damage. I'll start leveling it up as well right now. But let's go ahead. No, Einhar. We want to talk to... oh, there's 2 more chests to open up too.
Look at this guy.
Ooh, oh, Him Sorrow. These are really good. Hey, I was about to replace these gloves. Never mind. So what this does is adds cold damage to spells and attacks, and it gives us extra cold resistance. But now I have these 2 gems where like I don't know where to put them, which is kind of unfortunate. I honestly need Frostblink. I definitely could use that. Oh, now this is giving me strength. Hey, that gave me strength. Now I can throw back my steel skin in. But I definitely want to, if I can push clarity, I want it. But if I can't, it's no big deal because I'm going to swap off of it later. We're going to get Herald of Ice and something called Hatred, which is going to increase our damage, which will also reserve mana. Oh wait, where's my Frostblink? Oh, I took that out. Okay, so let's try to get 1 blue. I should probably do this when I kill all the monsters though. All right, so I want one blue. Oh, I can't even use that because I don't have the strength requirement because of one of the gems. So we want 1 blue. There we go. That's all I needed. Not clarity. I want Frostblink. We can keep the clarity though. All right, let's go and continue.
When I'm ready,
Now we have
and not before.
a nice little unique off of that. Actually, you know what? I got so excited about the unique item that dropped, I didn't even bother to talk to the
Hell.
NPC for the other items. There wasn't really anything here that I was interested in, so I'm going to reroll.
Maybe I'll just shuffle these around and tell you they're different.
Okay, we have a Moonstone Ring. So this grants us extra energy shield and also life regen. I'm not particularly too excited about that one, and I'm probably going to reroll again because there's nothing there. But now I got that extra movement speed. We're ready to go. But what did Oak do to us? Well, I mean, they're just bandits. They each have their own like, little faction. They don't like each other. So we're going to help one of them. Actually, did we get the waypoint? Yeah, okay. That's important. If you don't get the waypoint, then you have to walk back a lot, and it's worth it to get the waypoint first. Summon our zombies again. You can see maybe without the clarity, our mana is kind of having some sustain issues. Ooh, another. So the monsters from Einhar are actually quite strong.
Too much clutter.
Okay, so actually this is chromatic. We're not going to replace these gloves that we have right now. They're just too good.
This one is captured.
And hopefully we get a 4-link, maybe by the end of this act. If not, it's no biggie. We can go buy one. So that way we can get another skill. So we're going to also kill Oak. He grants us physical damage reduction, extra physical damage, and regenerates life. 1%. So yeah, having the extra zombies, so they just randomly tank. Same thing with the skeletons. It's quite nice. We got another scepter. I want that scepter.
No time for avaricious little despots like you, Oak.
Okay, so let's see what this does. Let's see if it's any good. We have increased Ellie damage, increased spell damage. I don't know if this one's going to be better. We can actually find out. So if I go to my weapon damage, I know my face is blocking like text here, but this is the only thing that matters. It's the damage per second. 352, 38. Okay. The numbers don't lie all the time. Sometimes they do though, but for the most part, it's pretty accurate. So yeah, we're gonna grab all of these nodes, and we'll continue.
When I'm ready.
So you can go back, like do the whole thing, load in. This way you get to go back into town faster too. Because technically when you click on the portal, there is a load time as well. But depending on your computer speed, it might be better just to walk there.
Hello.
The spirit hunts with you.
So let's get chromatic for that. Get rid of that. I don't need that. The problem is with all these new things to hold, it's just kind of a waste of inventory. At least that's how I feel. Removes bleed. Ah, removes corrupted blood. Yes, that's pretty good. This one's just more of a fast recovery. So even though it recovers less than this one, it does it faster. So I'm going to run this one. We just have a lot of clutter here. Let me get rid of some stuff that we don't need. Like, for example, I don't need this anymore. I don't need Fireball. I probably don't need Clarity anymore as well. Arcane Surge is okay if I linked it with something else, but I'm okay. Skeletons. Oh, I gotta have my skeleton buddies. Oh. Now you can see this one also doesn't have a blue socket, but it's pretty easy to get a blue. There we go. And now we can have what I wanted. And now we go back. Now that we've killed Oak, we've killed Creighton. The last one to kill or save or help is Illyra. And we are going to help Illyra because I think she gives us the best results. But yeah, we could also get Flame Dash, and that's something I mentioned probably like 10 minutes ago, I'd say. It's okay, because the thing with Flame Dash is it has a weird behavior, and I'll show you guys how it works. It's like Frostblink, you click it and it just works. Flame Dash, if you use it more than once, it has a like delay on its casting animation, but you do get 3 charges of it. Let's get the waypoint. So there's 2 areas. There's an area called the Weaver's like nest. There's actually 3 areas in here. That we'll need to go do all of them. So if we happen to find one of them first, doesn't matter the order in which we do them. This one's going to be the Weaver's Chambers. We're going to kill a spider guy, and this guy's actually kind of tough. Buffalo Johnny, how you doing? Yeah, let's go over here. And we will get the spike. I'm so glad we have the extra movement speed. It's so nice. Because there's just not any movement speed that we can get. Let's just grant. Let's see. We're not really using that for too much. But like, if I wanted to get more movement speed on my passive tree, I could type in movement, and you can see how far away there's. I think it's from minions. Yeah, it's like minion move speed. This one gives us 4% move speed, but like, yeah, you don't get very much move speed in the very beginning from this class. Some of the other classes, obviously, yeah, you can get better move speed in the very beginning.
When I'm ready, and not before.
But as far as these Vol side areas, they're okay to do. I would recommend if, like right now we are level 21, the levels area is 18. It's because we're doing the league mechanic. A lot of times when you do the league mechanic, you'll be ahead of the area. And that's okay if you're doing the league mechanic, but like if you do the Vol side areas, I would say it's a lot less worth it generally. It's not 1000%, you know, accurate because depending on what you're looking for, that can matter a lot too. $50% for a rare jewelry item. Okay, let's see. Ooh, something hit real hard. We got a Galvanic Arrow at 19 quality. That's nice. So let's see what they have. None of these really pique my interest here. Maybe this. All right, let's see what we get. You know, maybe it's better. Oh, okay. This gives us what? It's more energy shield, more mana, reflects damage. I like the mana, the fire, the cold resist. This one's missing. Oh, it's added cold damage. Okay, I can throw that one in there. Technically, the stats are a little bit better. So, like in terms of like overall, I don't have a scroll of wisdom. Is there any more of these? Could definitely use a better helm as well. Our helm definitely needs to be replaced, but it's like our main like skill right now, so that's why we're not going to be replacing it.
Good luck.
And we'll just save our currency with this character. Orb of Alchemy, nice. This will upgrade a white item to a yellow item, but I don't recommend using any of them unless like the sockets are like worth it. Like right now, like those 3 blue sockets, it's kind of worth it for me to keep it. A new season? Yes, the new season is indeed live. And like, you know, for day 1, this is really smooth. Like I've had a few like ping spikes, but it's like, it's going up from like maybe 17 to like 30, which is like not bad at all. Anything under 100 for me for Path of Exile is pretty good, unless you play Flicker Strike, which at that point you want to be at low ping as possible. Otherwise, with that skill, you just rubber band and it feels really bad. So yeah, we're just gonna path all the way to get the Heart of Ice. Okay, so this boss is a little bit difficult. So if you die on this one, don't worry. I might die here too. Because they also like slow you down a lot. Well, I got my zombie, I got my skeleton homies. We'll be okay. Alright, we got the spike. Okay, let's see, nothing else here. And then we're going to go to character selection, and then once again load in to be more efficient. And so we can go into town. What else do we have that we can get rid of? I don't need that. Oh, we got a lot of scrolls of wisdom on the last one. That's like grants us dex. Hold on, I don't know if that's going to be actually better or not. It says 55 energy shield. I like this because it has the resistances, but this just has way better sockets. So it's a no-brainer for me. Then we got another reward. We get faster casting. We get elemental focus. So this one over here grants us more damage, but it doesn't let us inflict ailments. So ailments would be like freezing them or igniting them, so they take like burn damage or shock, which would increase their damage. You can also make it so there's less critical strike chance, which is usually what I get. I usually like to get the control destruction, but with Trinity support, there's something that you can do that's kind of cool with a unique weapon that we might get. But this is what I want to go for right now, and I'm going to go level it up as well.
It is a new day.
I like being able to freeze the enemies, but like the trade-off is, yeah, you get more damage. Like the thresholds are a little bit higher with it. So yeah, we're going to go back over to the forest, and we will eliminate where there's a quest that we'll have that will grant us a skill point, and we also have the Illyria thing. I'm just gonna run straight towards it. As doing the league mechanic, like I said, it's not bad. If you want to keep on doing these, do the league mechanic. It's giving you stuff. But we're going to kill the blackguards. This is a quest that gives us another skill point. He drops this, you take this, and you bring it right over here. And this is where in Act 1 they locked it off. Now you'll be able to access it. So we'll finish helping Alira, and then we'll go back to Act 1, complete the quest, come back to Act 2, and get our rewards. Which is basically an item that lets us progress.
When I'm ready and not.
We should still probably get flame dash. Yeah, we'll get flame dash if I remember. But this area is quite large, so it takes a while sometimes to find the right area. Alright, there's Alira. So, here's the rewards for Alira. So if we help her, we get 5 mana per second, which is really nice. And then the $15 resistance. The crit strike multiplier can be great, depending on your build. The endgame goal for this will get Battle Mage, and there's a new helmet that's specifically just came out for the new expansion. It makes it so you can't crit, but Battle Mage, what it does, your weapon's damage, it gets added to your spells, and it's like huge. It's like one of the best things I think in the game to like just massively increase your DPS. It's on a specific Ascendancy on the Templar, but we're not playing Templar. So how I get Battle Mage is by other means. There's 2 staffs in the game that will give you it, and both of them are actually pretty cheap.
Don't got all day.
Okay, you know what? Fine, we'll do this. It was just like right here. Oh wait, we need to put the steel skin back on. There we go. I wonder if you could just open up the chest and just like walk away from the guy.
Hail.
Let's see. Okay, this is the haggle guy. Alright, well I definitely want this, which is the essences, but it costs 120. I think what he's asking for is way too much, considering a lot of the other things are just so much cheaper. Like right now, what I want, probably whatever costs less. The jeweler's orbs are pretty good as well. What do I have for? I'm just going to give as much as possible, because getting more sockets is pretty advantageous, so.
I really think you can do better.
Oh.
You're pushing a bit far.
Oh, okay, so I guess if he wants like 25, you can find out kind of what he wants.
Aye.
Alright, so can I haggle for a different item? So, oh, okay. So apparently we're not getting that one off of him. I'd rather just save up and buy it for 25. Okay, so now we can do the same trick. Character login. But if the servers are not stable, as in like the game's crashing, then don't do that tactic. Sometimes in the first week, the game's just not super stable. So now we go back to Act 1. And this is part of a quest called The Way Forward. And we talk to this guy. And he gives us a skill point book. Bam, we got another skill point. We're just 1 skill point away from getting that Heart of Ice, which is our big damage. 25% increased cold damage, then it also penetrates the resistance and gives us Energy Leech. So that Energy Shield will be nice. So going back to Act 2, and we're going to do the Intruders in black. And with this one over here.
When I'm ready and not.
Finally, come on.
I just want to like throw these down like ASAP. I just want to like throw it down and hit start like as fast as possible. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what's preventing us from just taking the rewards and just like leaving from the chest. Ooh, a superior freezing pulse, nice. If you get enough quality on a few different gems, like I'll show you. So we got what's it, 19. And then that freezing pulse, the extra quality, will give us the extra. Yeah, I don't think this one gives you extra projectile speed. Some of them won't modify the damage. That's usually what most of them do, though. But there's alternate quality of gems that will also grant this bonus, like different types of bonuses. So now there's a Trial of Ascendancy, I believe, in like level 2. Which I think this is the entrance here. Yeah, it's a crossroads, so that's the entrance. If you didn't have this waypoint, yeah, just go over here, go back to crossroads, get to the Chamber of Sins. I think we could have used that Frost Bomb on him first. So if your damage is high enough and you can one-shot the stuff, like, because, you know, everyone's going to get different gear, feel free to just not even use Frost Bomb, with the exception of on bosses, because there's no way you're going to one-shot, like, the Act boss. At least at this point, unless you got really, really lucky and you got some, like, insane item. You like playing Apex Legends on the Nintendo Switch? It's pretty wild. I don't know. I haven't tried it. I'm sure the aim assist is really good. Alright, go Chamber Sins level 2. We found it. So here we go. This is what we want. The Trial of Ascendancy. You know what? We still forgot to get Flame Dash. One day we'll get it. Like I said, it's not really that big of a deal. Some people like prefer using this because the animation with the other skill, it does feel really bad. And I'll show you guys what that looks like. Alright, Trial of Ascendancy. So this one has these little like razor. We haven't gotten hit by it yet. Nice. Up this. Ooh, that's a triple blue. It's not that bad, just in case we get something else. So this one you want to like walk on like the top and then go to the bottom. Well, that's what you're supposed to do. But you know what also you can do? You can just blink right across it. Oh, I locked the door. Some of these are kind of pranks. Like it'll like lock the door and it'll be locked in. It's kind of interesting that they like kind of fake you out on it, because like normally if a player sees a switch they want to hit it. It's normal, right? If we get one that says plus to cold skills, ooh, wow, this one has a lot. Increased cold, wow. This one just like everything, spell damage, spell damage. Unfortunately it's not added damage to attacks, but extra mana, wow, this one's really nice. This one's probably going to outclass it. But if I get another wand, right? Not that one, though. But if I get another wand, I'm definitely going to use that one. So now we've got 3 left to do, and then we can ascend. So that's our secondary class, essentially. So now, so we're once again going to do that smart game mechanics. Log back in. And now, we're going to get Flame Dash, okay? Alright, Flame Dash. There we go. We're going to swap off of the Ice Blink. I mean, I like it. I'm just here to show you guys everything. That's the point. It's in one of these. Frost Blink. There we go.
Take care.
Alright, so we'll go back to Act 2 now. Act 2 also has different gems that you can buy. Later down the line, you'll be able to buy whatever gem you want. Pretty much at Act 3, you get like access to a lot of the gems in the game. Alright, so now we have to go... it wants us to investigate this one. I guess we can finish it off. Might as well. Maybe I shouldn't have actually like rotated backwards for that. It's not that big of a deal. You guys get to see Flame Dash now. So I'll show you what I'm talking about with the animation. So there's like a long pause in between. I personally don't like it, but it is technically faster. But because that Trial of Ascendancy is like super far away over there, we can load back in here and it can be faster.
Sounds good. Does it work?
So that just lets me know there's a silver coin. I really didn't like the silver coin mechanic. It's for... I'll show you what it opens up. So with this mechanic, I feel like you have to actually see one of the targets first. There we go. You have to see like one of the NPCs first. I guess you kind of have to kill them if you want to actually buy the things, because otherwise the thing might kill you.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Okay.
Here for a deal?
Alright, let's see what his deals are. We've got a staff finally. Unfortunately, it's not going to help us out too much with those rolls. We don't have a roll either, so that's unlucky. Alright, here's our big damage. Nice. And extra survivability as well, which is quite nice. There's something else that dropped over here. Orb of Chance. Let's pick that up. And then at this point, we still haven't even gotten one Chaos Orb. You know, in last league, you got Chaos Orbs like in Act 1. And like Orb of Alchemies, which was really nice. So now we have increased life, area of effect, and size, which is awesome. So that's what this shrine does. So if you play Diablo, this is supposed to be kind of like a loot goblin, although I think we aggroed it like super far back. It's really not that big of a deal. They're not as good as loot goblins, but the concept is the same. Even like super late in the game, unless the map has a lot of modifiers, usually they just don't give good results. Alright, I think we're finally reaching the end over here of this area.
That thing! It slaughtered everyone!
If you want to make a portal right before you fight this like guy, you can, because he can do a decent amount of damage. And like walking through this whole area again can be kind of rough. What's this? Oh, it's a helm. What does it grant us? I mean, it's better than what we have, but we need it for the gem's colors right now. Got the baleful gem. And then we go back into the town. For once, we're gonna do I might mix it up once in a while. It's just in the very beginning, you don't get that many town portal scrolls. Okay, so now we can get Herald of Ash, Herald of Thunder, Herald of Ice, which is what we want. We get Desecrate, Arcane Cloak, Cold Snap, or Arctic Armor. So what these do, these will have like a reservation, which is the same thing as Clarity before, but Herald of Ice is awesome. What it does is it grants us a buff to bonus cold damage to attacks and spells, and if we shatter the enemy, it'll do an AoE and cause them to explode, and it's really nice. I love it. And perfect, we have a slot to put it in. I'm gonna talk to Helena over here.
Journey well.
That would just
And
make
now-
life complicated.
We will throw this in the stash. And this stash tab you guys won't have access to, but all it is just storage. It just organizes everything really nice. So I can see how many of like whatever this we have. But like you'll just end up storing it in any stash tab. It doesn't matter. You don't have to store all of these. In fact, these ones you can't even store. I don't know why. They do this on like so many leagues. They make some new form of like currency, and you like look how much this covers up. Like that's so much. Like, dang, that's a lot of different currencies. Like, it really is. Oh, so I mentioned with Navali, these are what silver coins do. You can what's called Seek a Prophecy. You click on it, and it seeks a prophecy. Something will happen. You use your coins for this. You can seal the prophecy and then sell it to someone else. So these can vary from like kill this enemy, and if you have this item equipped, it'll change it, or like it will just be like kill this enemy and something will happen. It's basically just more loot at the end of the day, but like it's hard to get a good one, but you can get good ones. So now we're gonna go back to Riffleways, and this is the original area where we killed Oak. Oh, we're gonna activate our Herald now. So you see, when we kill an enemy, they'll do like AoE damage around them. It's fantastic. It's gonna really increase our damage. When it's the league mechanic, I'm just gonna spam it now. Detonate. just to make it as fast as possible. Like, normally, yeah, you'd want to read these, but, like, I'm just trying to go fast at this point. Because whatever drops, or whatever the modifier is, I doubt it will be, like, impossible to clear. There will be probably ones, like, earlier there was, like, it's, like, immune to cold damage. If it's immune to cold damage, we just straight up run away. I probably should also think about, we don't need to go to the Western Forest. But I also should, like, talk to the ladies once in a while, because I don't know if she'll have newer items. I'm not sure how this works. So this one's just a gamble. Nothing that interests me, and I cannot re-roll, so... yeah, if it had, like, basically what I'm looking for is the ones that will have blue sockets, like the higher chance to have blue, which are going to be the ones that grant us energy shield. Alright, here we go, the wetlands. So we're going to go through the wetlands, and then we'll see a tree, and then we're going to put the spike that we acquired, and we'll do that one.
Come on now.
So yeah, I'm just spamming this so it can detonate. Probably should put it closer to the chest. So I think that's how it works. Because every time I do one of these, you know, it's another time investment.
For the cowgirl.
Okay, there we go. What do you have?
Here.
Haggle. Oh, we wanted this from him. Can we get it? Okay, cool. We got it.
You've done for us. I'll give you this one.
Okay. What else can we get? I want these essence. The essence cost is like way too high though. What if? Okay. I wonder. Okay. What if he wants 120? What if we offer him 7?
This has become more argued.
Okay. So he just removed the item. I can't even get it from him. Essences aren't like that good. Like the other thing that we got is way better than those level of essences, but I feel like the scaling could have been a little bit better on, like, you know, the game designs, unless that was like really random RNG. All right, so this is 34. Well, this is better like sockets. So let's see what the damage is. Again, the first number is the one we're looking at. We're at 599. Okay, so this one's better. But you can't always go by it. Okay. Ooh, is this what? Oh, finally!
Too much clatter.
That's exactly what we wanted. Wait, where's it? Okay, here we go. Yes. Okay, so we will get an essence and we will upgrade it.
When I'm ready.
If I want
not
to.
before.
I don't really need 1 mana flask at this point, I think, since we got Lyra. So those Vol side areas, I think the league mechanic is worth doing. I'd rather just have 3 Quicksilver flasks and go as quickly as possible. So the quest we're doing is actually Root of the Problem, which is somewhere around over here. There will be... somewhere. What the heck? Okay, wow, they made it this far around? That was surprising. And the waypoint's like right on it too. Okay. So now we're going to the Vol Ruins. We're about to fight the final boss of Act 2. Dang, they really nerfed flasks a lot. So one of the things that they've nerfed this league was the charge rate of the flasks, and I can definitely feel it. Like, but if you end up picking a skill gem up and you start using it and you like it more than whatever, feel free to do what you want to do, to be honest. As with Elementalists, since there's a lot of spell damage and we're going to get a lot of elemental damage when we start pathing over here on the skill tree, you can pretty much use any skill and you'll be okay for the most part. The linkage could be something that you might have to like think about, but I believe in you. You can do it. This is one of those like chromatic orbs. Oh, okay. There comes to a point where like you'll stop picking these things up. But for now, pretty much I do it up until Act 2. I mean, you could still pick it up if you have extra room. But it just becomes tedious later on. Later on, you'll do it for other things. Like 6-socketed items. Oh, there's another one.
Too much clutter.
I'm gonna actually pick this one up. Because I can roll on it. We'll see if we get lucky. I specifically don't want red. This one's going to grant us high chance for blue and red. So now I guess is a good time to explain like what strength, dexterity, and intelligence does. So intelligence grants us +1 mana per 2, and then 5 intelligence is 1 energy shield. And then we have 2 life equals, or 2 strength equals 1 life. And then we have 5 strength equals 1 melee physical damage. And then with dexterity, it gives us accuracy and evasion. Evasion is where you just don't take any damage.
And not before.
It's usually just more so a requirement for most items, but there are builds that will specifically stack as much dexterity or strength because they gain some type of benefit off of having for every 10 points or every 50 point or whatever number they decide, you'll get some type of bonus. Oh, dang, we melted that guy in like 2 hits. That was a yellow. So yeah, our damage is pretty good, even though I didn't get the damage nodes in the very beginning. I was confident this build could do a good amount of damage. Some extra skills over there. And feel free to pick them up if you want to. Try out everything. I'm not here to show you every single skill in the game, but I will show you the ones that I think are maybe more relevant or ones that you can try out. Oh, nice. We got another one of these.
Local, need your aid.
Okay. I'm really digging this Nova. Because I don't have to aim. Okay, let's see what's in this chest. Transmutations, we got some of those scythes.
Aye.
Okay, oh, it's the Haggler. Okay. I mean, most of the things are pretty good. 60. Okay. 58. Okay.
Man, keep fighting.
Okay. I feel like eventually he'll have some really good items, and it's gonna be like a big risk to like lowball him. I feel like our damage is really good, but I'm gonna get more damage so it stays really good. Because as you progress in just any like action RPG, the enemies will become more difficult, and we can get some more HP later. I'll worry about that. In fact, I might actually get something called Mind Over Matter to get even more damage, but it kind of makes it so our mana is our health. It's a little bit dangerous to do. Because if you're not able to cast certain abilities, sometimes you'll just die. You can identify these, by the way, but it's never worth it. Unless you're like super far in towards the end of the game. But this area is a giant maze, so it's very common to get stuck or lost.
When I'm ready.
Alright, finally, there we go. There's the Ancient Seal.
Fascinating.
What else is 20? Okay, 24. We're like way ahead. It's because, again, the League mechanic grants you 40% XP, which is huge. So now we're at the Northern Forest. So we have, it's a 3 circuit ground. Oh, if I can mark it. Oh. Wait, did we get the waypoint? Let me just double check that we get the waypoint. Just in case. I want to kill some enemies so I can resummon my zombies. Alright, they're up. Now we just start zooming again.
Local, need your aid. Scratching up some treasure chests.
So we get Storm Call. Is that it? Oh, you know, I think he fights the enemies as well, so maybe you can't really do it. Alright, so, okay, so...
I think we can find a better contract.
Oh, I got it.
Don't give up.
Nice, okay. So you can't, like, offer him, like, nothing. It'd be cool if it was weighed on a percentage chance. It's up here. So if we click on this, it wants us to go back, but it's fine. Oh, I should also have mentioned this. If you want to kill all the bandits, you will get 2 passive skills. But the Lyra one is just so much better. Like right now, we have 75% res to cold, which is basically like max. It's just so good. It makes the whole leveling experience just a breeze. The more damage we do, the more that we'll be able to leech, which is nice as well. So let's go put that skill point in. I'm just going to grab these, and then we'll get some more defensive stats.
When I'm ready, and not before.
This reminds me a lot of Diablo 1 music. And Diablo 2. Diablo 2 Resurrect is coming out pretty soon as well. Pretty excited about that game. You know, I don't think we need to go to caverns. I think this is just for exploration. You know what? We'll go back to town for 1 second. I can clean up my inventory too. Sometimes it's okay just to go back to town just to clean up your inventory. Alright, so what we need is 1 essence, right? Let's see what this is. Does it grant us movement speed? No movement speed. No movement speed equals we auto sell it. I mean, this could be kind of nice, but this has the colors that we need perfectly. And then sometimes if you talk to these guys, they'll get like a quest reward, and it'll be like a gem. So it's always nice to go talk to them. So now we have to shadow the wall. Okay. So we're gonna go through the caverns, and we will continue. Unfortunately, that was a dead end. Are we one-shotting these? 2. Pretty sure we can one-shot the bats. Oh, so that was a rubber band. Some skills, they do that. If there's any crafting recipes, just click on it. It's more so for later down the line when you actually craft, but it's optional. Like, you don't have to craft in this game. But I would say if you want to take this game seriously, you should learn some crafting, like just basic, at least color modifications. But it's basically you get the recipe, you click on the item, and you can get it. But there's a lot more advanced mechanics for the game that you'll just have to know. You just have to have someone else teach you. Like, there's certain things that you modify an item to get a certain like attribute on it, so it can't roll other attributes. It's like basically it's called blocking. But hello, GF. How are you doing?
precious to
Alright.
waste
Ooh, a
on
2 stone ring. These are really good to pick up. Pick up all the 2 stone rings until you get like good ones. And I always like to have the essences. It seems like this league, they definitely made essences more rare. Like usually they're not that rare at all. Which is strange. And also those like orbs that would grant you like it'd make it a 4-link weapon or 4-linked item. Those are gone too. Like they were dropping consistently. Like in Act 1 I got like 2 or 3 in the last league, but now they're just like they're super rare, and like you don't really use them past. I would say they shouldn't have dropped in Act 1 though. I think in Act 3 they should start dropping for like balance issues, because it was way too good to have a 4-link in Act 1. Like 3 is pretty solid. But you know, we've been rocking this helmet for a long time. I'm going to show you guys what an Orb of Alchemy does. Is it good to use this on it? No, it's an absolute waste. But I want to show you guys. So it's a white item, right? Now I'm going to throw this, and it's going to become a yellow item with random modifiers, but it will still always have blue, blue, blue. And now it grants us extra mana, accuracy. It wasn't worth it? No, absolutely not. There we go. Is this a superior? We had one freezing pulse that was superior. It was that one. That one. Okay. But I figured, like, you know, we just haven't gotten an upgrade. I was expecting to get one of those orbs, and I was going to show you guys, you know, this is what this orb does. But it's just nope. But that's just the luck sometimes, you know, with any game.
You're alive.
Trying to like have a Venn diagram over here so we can hit multiple of these things.
All of them.
Okay, let's go. That's why I love Nova. Or any skill that doesn't only have like one target to hit. Woo, another level up. Scepter.
Stay safe.
There's also supposed to be new enemies in this game. I don't know really which one is which.
Too much clutter.
Alright. Oh, this is for the colorless. Probably, it's like instinctive to pick that up. So what does this grant us? Like 60 life. That's really good. Chaos resistance doesn't matter. Play damage and fortune doesn't work for this. Nope, our current one is better. And let's talk to this guy.
Here for a deal.
And he still doesn't have anything we want, so.
Don't eat the mushroom.
Well, let's see. Actually, I didn't even check what the stats had on the item. Like, there's no way that I can replace these gloves. The gloves that we have are really, really nice. Oh, it's still the same. Yeah, it's been the same. I was wondering if some of the modifiers or anything changed, but I guess not. So I guess they keep the item until they get rotated out. Oh, we're almost at our big one for that cold damage. And then extra chance for freeze, which is nice. Because with the thing that I like with cold damage in this game, or like freezing enemies, essentially is what it is that like you can risk going for more damage, especially earlier on, because if the thing is frozen or it's slow, especially if you know the mechanic of like the boss, which I'll try to teach you guys the ones that matter. Like some of the like bosses, like the mechanics don't really matter. You can just you hit it until it dies, right? But some of the other enemies, you will want to try to focus in on something. Like you'll be like, when he's using this ability, I gotta move over here. Some of these will have what's called, oh, I think it eventually died. Well, if I mouse over it, it'll say like other allies cannot die. So you have to kill that thing first. This guy's really, really tanky, like unreasonably tanky for just a blue. Alright. So I think so far we've only got 2 Orbs of Alchemy. And that would be like the only thing we can actually use for like currency. Which we're going to spend one in the next part of our play session, and I'm going to show you guys how to trade. So while this boss is summoning, because it takes a while, you can click on, there's going to be a crafting recipe over there. So this guy has one attack that can do a decent amount of damage. I'll mention it when it comes up. There's his rock slam. I was kind of curious to see if I would be able to take it. It's kind of hard to see because it's like gray on gray. But he's got like a charge up move too. That move right there, when he it sounds like a machine, right? That move right there, you must not get hit by it. It does lots of damage. These lasers can also do a decent amount too. I don't have any more potions, so we may rip on it. If we do, it's no biggie. That, yeah, like I said, you have to dodge that. When he's doing that little like seismic thing, it does have rocks come down, which do damage. Oh, I might have got lucky, I might have dodged it, but that thing probably would have killed me, I'll be honest. I don't think I have too much physical damage reduction. But staying behind his giant tentacle is kind of what you want to do when he's like shooting out. Okay, we got him. Alright. Oh, we got a hammer. It's got a 4-link. Wow, so good. Unfortunately, we can't use it though. Like a 4-link would really increase our DPS by quite a huge amount. Usually on average you get about like 30-ish, 20 to 30-ish% damage for a like another link. So it's a huge change, but it also will cost you a lot more mana, which I think we're okay with the mana problems. There's supposed to be more mana costs associated with the linkage when you link more, but we've been fine. I haven't even gotten any mana nodes at all. What does this one do? Quantity of items. So I'm gonna look for the ones that have the chest. Okay. Ooh, something's hitting kind of hard. What is this, 23? Okay. We're still like super over leveled, but these guys will be more difficult. A lot of times the league mechanic, for whatever reason, I feel like it's not scaled like fairly. Like it should be a lot easier. But that's the point of making it, I guess, a little bit more difficult. None of these are actually good at this point. I think I'd rather just save my currency. I mean, like these are okay, but like alterations are way better, which this is a shard of one. Those you can kind of trade for items. But I will briefly introduce you guys to trading. What are we, oh, we're almost like over an hour on this one. Some of the parts of the playthrough might be longer than others, because they wanted to make this game harder, which is technically also going to make it longer. But on average, each act is about an hour, but I am pausing to show you guys certain things. Okay, so we saved her. Okay, you gotta make sure you actually save her. These could have some move speed.
Too much clutter.
Alright, well, Let's move these down, and let's check out these greaves. Ooh, how much movement speed? 15? 15? Woo, nice. Well, you already know. We gotta have that 15 move speed. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, this grants us extra dexterity, and if I swap this, I don't have the dexterity. Wait, what? Oh, it's the gem that requires it. Oh, the added cold damage. I do want the added cold damage, but I will 100% take the extra, what is it, 5% move speed? Yeah, it is worth it for now. Like, later when we actually start scaling cold a lot harder, the other one's going to be more valuable, but I can't even use it now. I don't have the right socket colors. So hopefully now we can get the correct socket colors. I'll look for an item at the vendor. I'm only really limited to the helm and chest department because I'm probably not going to get a 15% move speed off the NPC. But we're in Act 3 finally, and this is where we can ascend once we complete the... Usually it's pretty much Act 4 when you actually ascend. But we'll talk to all the people.
See you soon.
And then we will go purchase items, and we'll see if we can see a double blue and a green linked. That's what we want. And also the stats have to be good on it. I was looking at this one, I'm like, I could RNG that, but the fusers are expensive. I don't think it's worth trying to RNG those. So let's see if we see any. Nope, I don't see any. It's kind of rare that you'd find one this early on, but it can happen. I'm just double checking. Unfortunately, that's no luck. But I want to introduce you guys briefly to like buying items in this game. Since at this point you should have at least one Orb of Alchemy, which is this thing right here. I used one to show you. You'll probably have at least one, but if you don't, like, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. I just want to introduce you guys to kind of like how the trading works in this game. Let me find. Let me go share screens over here, and you'll have to know some of these items. I'll link a bunch of these items for like low level Axiom Perpetuum. This is a really good scepter that you can get in the very beginning, and it probably will cost one Orb of Alchemy. Okay, there we go, one Orb of Alchemy. You know what? Let's just do this right now because I might buy a couple items with the currency that we have. So depending on what currency you have to factor that in too. Like, pretty much the currencies that will be worth anything in the very beginning. Oh gosh, let me clean up my stash space over here just for a second. Because I have no room to show you guys and actually trade. So the currencies that will be worth something in the very beginning that people will actually trade for. These Orbs of Alteration, Orb of Alchemy. These are the two ones that are kind of worth something. If you want to know the conversion rate from this to this, the easiest thing to do, I like this website called PoE.trade. That's the website. You can also go to the currency market and you can see the ratio. So like, let's say I want more Orbs of Alchemy, but I have Orbs of Alteration. I can hit search and it'll have people like basically 9 of these equals one of these. Most people don't really want to trade for things under an Orb of Alchemy, and I totally get it. So that's why you're going to have to currency conversion. It's just a hassle. What we want is an Axiom Perpetuum that has potentially 3 sockets. Oh, okay. So since I only want to spend one Orb of Alchemy, it looks like this guy, hopefully he's online. I'm going to click on it. It's going to copy it to a clipboard. I open up my game. I hit Control V and then I hit enter, and hopefully he responds in a timely manner. Most of the times people will respond ASAP because it's like the new league. They want their currency as quickly as possible. Okay, perfect. Excellent example. So he's there. We're going to click on his little like blue orb that says like where he's at, and it's going to teleport us right to the player. And we are going to hit accept. We're going to put this inside, and he's going to give us that item. Make sure it's the right item. There are scammers out there, but like no one's going to scam for this. If they do, wow, man, they must be really hurting. And like if you want to, like I always do this, you can just say thank you. There you go. So another thing I haven't talked about in this game, because I want you guys to be able to play this game by yourself, because if you party up with people, they might solo everything for you. So what you can do is hit S as in snakes, and that should open up your social menu. You'll hit public parties, and you'll see lots of people trying to party up. Is it more valuable to party up with people? Yes and no, depending on what your build is. Sometimes it can be annoying if like people are like doing some weird build that's making you lag. That is a real thing. There are people that do that. And also in hardcore, there are scumbags that will say, hey, TP to me, and you TP and you instantly die because they tried to troll you. So just keep that in mind. Not everyone is going to be like super friendly, but 99% of the time, yes. I'm just mentioning as a heads up. But now we have Axiom Perpetuum. This is a nice little item. It grants us increased elemental damage, but then it gives us plus cold, fire, lightning, and cast speed, and it's really, really nice. In fact, if we go swap this with this weapon over here, let's see, the other one's, but there's no way we're, ooh, that adds damage, does not to spells, because where it says like adds damage to spells is way better. So let's check our damage. So our damage, remember, this is the top one over here. I know my face is blocking it, but it says damage per second. It's 603. I swap to this. Bam, 699. Nice. And I can get, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys this mechanic. Is it worth it to do it on this? Sure, actually, it's not bad. I'm going to increase the quality of it. I feel like this video is going to be way too long, but these blacksmith quests, don't worry, they're not like expensive at all. I'm going to increase the quality of it, and what this is going to do is it's going to up the chances of this making it like a 4-socket or whatever color. Oh, certain items, like, they can only have it up to 3, but like depending on the item, it will give us a better chance. So now you'll see I cannot do more because it has the maximum number. So you can sit there and spam it really fast, and it'll be, you know, able to lock you out of wasting your currency. Now I do want to have, well, I have this one already has 1 blue, but like let's say I wanted, I don't know, it has red too. That's not bad. But let's say I wanted a certain color, I could then target it with this thing. Right click on it and then start gambling, right? It's basically the thing that makes Path of Exile exciting, is mixing certain currencies and hoping that you get the results that you want. Now, it always doesn't go in your favor. Sometimes you can mess up the item, but that's just like a brief example of it. And we did get a nice little item that will help us in our progression. And like I said, I'll link a bunch of items in the very beginning. And this is actually one of them. We got lucky and we got it. It's just a little small amount of damage. It grants us extra strength too, which is kind of nice. But anyways, that's the end of this part of our playthrough. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like on it. And I'll see you guys in part 4 very soon. Take care. Peace.